Oh, hello!
What a match! What a performance!
This is brilliant. Who will be the winner?
Welcome to On The Wire and the BetVictor World Matchplay from the Winter Gardens in Blackpool, where we have seen a night with very nearly a 9-darter, the power into the quarterfinals, and the world champion knocked out by an Austrian. Let's start with the power. That's Rod Harrington, two-time World Matchplay winner, just in case you were wondering.
Double gilding.
Let's start with the power. He 6-2 up, nearly hit the 9-darter, 6-all, and nearly goes 7-6 down, but then rattles off 7 straight legs against the hammer, and job done.
You've got Dave Chisnell in the quarterfinals on Friday. Do you think he's a player who's really coming on from the experience of the Premier League?
I think Dave's done marvellous, I really do. I think he's done brilliant in the Premier League. I think he's done brilliant in his career. Against me on Friday, he's got a battle. He really has got a battle, and Dave Chisnell's going to get ready, trust me, and I'm going to get ready because it's going to be a cracker. It really is. I'm not going to push over for Dave Chisnell. Dave Chisnell's got a battle.
Yeah, Taylor actually attributed some of those legs he lost against the hammer to missing the 12 for the 9-darter. Were you impressed with him, Rod? It wasn't top gear stuff from him, was it?
No, I have to say, I thought it was very below par for Phil Taylor. But it was the 9-darter, you know, the stats prove that. I mean, he misses double 12. Everybody thought he was going to hit it, and he doesn't. And all of a sudden, he goes off the board for so many legs. But the hammer of 2-3 years ago may have taken more advantage of that than what he did. But once Phil recouped himself, then he went on to win. But you know, he can only get better from there.
Right, Mensur Suljovic, Gary Anderson. It's about 3 in the morning as we're recording this. An epic contest. Mensur was wandering around the stage, doing a Sudoku, reading the paper. Then he thought he'd have a little throw. Gary couldn't handle it, could he?
No, he couldn't. No, I've just spoken to Gary just before we come on air here, and he said, I didn't know what to do. He said, I'm standing back there. He said, I'm looking at the ceiling. I'm thinking about doing some painting at the house. And it is, yeah, he did. It is a different game of darts. And I've watched Mensur Suljovic and known him for 3 to 4 years now. And it isn't, he does slow up people even more at times. That's gamesmanship. It's allowed. You can't do nothing about it. So you kind of get over it. And you know what you have to do, you have to find a routine that's going to stop you getting to that hockey quick, because that's what Gary Anderson did. I mean, sometimes he's thrown his first dart when Mensur Suljovic was still there, and then you get flyers on it. See, Gary was getting frustrated. I was commentating on it. I knew exactly what was going through his head because I had it in the early days with Dennis Priestley. It ain't going to go away, so you do have to get over it. But let's not take it away from Mensur how well he played. Some of the 140s and a 180 there he hit at the end of legs to set the shot up for the double was incredible. Great darts at crucial times, we call them, and he threw them all the time.
Look, I just want to stay on this for a moment because we knew
as long
Mensur.
As Mensur?
No, not as long
right,
as Mensur.
okay.
We knew Mensur was going to play like that. Everyone knew he was. Gary certainly did. I know he'd not played him before, but he knew. Now, is that the way to beat the World and Premier League champion? And are other people going to do it? I mean, it's that simple, isn't it? He struggled against Scott Kirchner. He struggled against Mensur. He just can't play his best darts if you slow him up.
Well, I thought Gary was over that. I mean, you know, he's the world champion, like you said, the Premier League champion. I thought he was over that. He'll just get up there and get on a run. I don't think people, you know, that can't do it or don't throw slowly automatically that will start doing it. I just don't think that will happen. I mean, you're not going to see, you know, Michael van Gerwen, Phil Taylor, when they start playing them, doing that. On the tour events, not going to see it. It's just the way Mensur is. You know, he just takes his time. He's got that funny grip. I don't know how he does that. I mean,
all of that.
Yeah, and he's got this funny throw that he comes from here, but it works, and he's in the quarterfinals of the World Matchplay.
Yeah, quick word, James Wade just doing enough, Chiz just doing enough, got the opportunity to really turn it on now.
Yes, I mean, James Wade does what James Wade does the best, beats the player in front of him. Doesn't have to be great, it doesn't have to be whatever, he beats the player in front of him. Chisnell, if he's going to beat Phil Taylor, he's going to have to up his scoring, but he's going to have to hit doubles, because at the moment he is so bad on doubles, Phil Taylor will punish him. Chisnall, he's got to come out all guns a-blazing.
Well, there you go. Right, time for the game with the walk-on girls. It's another Gerwyn Prices, right? Let's introduce it in the Suljovic style, shall we? So, the game. Let's do it now.
My name is Gerwyn Price, and this is the Gerwyn Price is Right. Come on down.
Yes, it is another Gerwyn Price is Right. Daniela and Charlotte, our lovely walk-on girls. One of them's really good at this game, the other one is not. That's you. However, chance for redemption. I give you the price, Gerwyn Price, of 3 things. You guess what that price is. Closest gets the points. All right? Good. Right, you should get this by now. We're going to start with this. Look at this. 180 head boppers. You put them on your head, you bop it. They're available at the PDC merchandise store. Might have seen them in the crowd here at the BetVictor World Matchplay. What is the price of these? Daniela.
I'm going to say they're a £5.
£5, she says. Charlotte.
I think they're $3.99.
$3.99. We could have a shock on our hands. They are bang on £5. Look at that. Look at that. Oh yeah, for a £5. Okay. Right. Still 2 points to play for. Just going to check the price of this. Right, we're in Blackpool. What does it cost for a ticket to go up to the Blackpool Tower Eye? Now, it's not just the tower you get. There's a 4D cinema experience as well. Charlotte, what does it cost for an adult, 1 ticket, to go to the Blackpool Tower Eye?
£6.
£6, she says. Daniela.
£16.
£16. Have you been boning up on this? £13.50. Daniela takes an unassailable lead. This is for pride. This is for pride, though. And you still 2-0 down over the course of the week. Prize money question. James Wade, how much has he won over the last 2 years in prize money in the BDC? Daniela, for the clean sweep.
I'm going to say 300,000.
300,000.
I'm going to say 350,000.
350,000. It is £300,000. £750. This is unprecedented. Daniela has won 3-0 with incredible guesses. That's the class of a lead walk-on girl, is it not?
Yay! Finally.
Do you know what happens now? You get to tell Charlotte to go over there.
Go away, Charlotte.
Get in the corner. Yes. Winner. For once.
I am Gerwyn Price, and that was the Gerwyn Price is Right. Tidy. Charles, Charlie, Mercan, Charlie, Mercan.
Sorry.
Mercan from BetVictor with the odds.
We now know the 8 players who will contest the BetVictor World Matchplay quarter-finals, and it won't be Gary Anderson. There'll be no Triple Crown for Anderson. A bit deflated, the atmosphere, when he was beaten by Mensur Suljovic. Take nothing away from Suljovic, who was magnificent, but you did feel that Anderson maybe was on the brink of greatness. And well, good luck to Mensur as well. He plays James Wade in the quarter-final. As a result of Anderson's demise, Michael van Gerwen is now odds on for the first time. He is 10-11 to win his first BetVictor World Matchplay. Phil Taylor moves serenely onwards, maybe not at his absolute best yet, but you do feel there are a number of gears for Phil to go through. He is a 15-8 from 7-4, 7-4 earlier in the night. He's now out to 15-8. James Wade is 8-1, and it's 12-1 ball. We've got to look forward to tomorrow, of course, is the first of the 2 quarterfinals. We've got Michael van Gerwen. I think Michael van Gerwen versus Ian White. I just think this might be a bit tighter than the odds would suggest. My bet of the evening tomorrow night is for 5-6 for Michael van Gerwen to be the player to score the most 180s, but he's odds on for the first time in this BetVictor World Matchplay. MVG, Mighty Mike, he's odds on to win that first matchplay title.
Charles, Charlie, Mercan, Charlie, Mercan.
Sorry.
Mercan from BetVictor with the odds.
Charlie McCann there with how that big world champion exit has affected your odds. Now, we've done these my throw things a couple of times. A.D. Lewis went out the next day. Gary Anderson gone out the next day. Gerwyn Price, we're sorry.
Welcome to My Throw. This is where the PDC show you how our top professionals throw their darts. We're going to go through the whole throw, the grip, how they stand and everything. And tonight, someone who's really making inroads into the professional game, Gerwyn Price, ex-rugby player, professional rugby player. And look at the size of him. No one argues with this guy, I can tell you. Anyway, had a great win against Adrian Lewis last night, the biggest win of his career on this magnificent stage. And that's going to help him push him up the rankings even more. Right, firstly, let's have a look at your darts, Gerwyn. Well, it's got an unusual grip here. Is this where the finger goes? It's more or less a straight barrel.
I think that's just more for the sales part of things. My fingers are just at the bottom, just on the grip, on the razor edge there.
Right, so that's, let's just have a look at this, because this is interesting, where the point goes on his finger here. A lot of people would have this dart, this up here to hold it up, but he has it there. That is a very delicate grip with that finger there. Like normal, it's always the thumb and the forefinger that lets go of the dart last, but that's a very tender grip, I have to say. The stem is an aluminium stem. Sometimes players will use an aluminium stem, which is a little bit heavier, but it is personal preference with the stem and the flight. And we got the Iceman Flight, which is what Gerwyn's nickname is. Right, let's have a look at the stance now. Just put your foot to the oche. Do that again. How you do that? You touch. And another player, how interesting is this? Another player that puts his foot on top of the oche before he sets his foot. Gary Anderson, Adrian Lewis. Strange little quirk that these dart players have. Right, foot to the oche, it's face on, as we said before. There's three different stances, side on, medium, and so he's side on, and he's very far to the right. A lot of players are in the middle. Andrew Gilden's over here. Gerwyn is a long way to the right, so he's throwing about an inch longer than anybody else. The balance of this is right down, so all this, where the weight is over that right knee. If you play golf, it's the same sort of stance. Right, throw a couple of darts for us. Let's just go through that throw and the release. So he's bringing it back. Gary Anderson had his up here. Adrian Lewis was down here. Gerwyn is about there. But the same thing, when he brings it back, that line through to the treble 20. So when he brings it back, his eye will tell him it's set in the right place. So he sets it here, he pulls it back, sets it again, and then a release. So just throw three more. And there's the release. Oh. A big strong release. As we said before, the extension on the release is the main thing that's going to keep that dart straight. All the professionals have a big strong release.
Ah, pressure.
123. Cheers, big fella.
Thank you.
Yeah, it may be a jinx feature, but it is a pretty phenomenal one. Let's have a look at Thursday's action. First two quarterfinals. Michael van Gerwen seems to be on some kind of a roll here. Can Ian White stop him?
I don't think so. I mean, Ian White has played exceptionally well his first two games, but the way Michael played the other night and the way he's up for this, we keep talking about the leg-on-leg pressure. And he doesn't miss doubles, Michael, so Ian White's going to have to be at the top of his game, but I just see Michael being miles too strong.
And does the Gerwyn Price dream debut continue, or have you just put the kibosh on it by interviewing him on stage?
Well, if I have put the kibosh on him, I ain't going to tell him where I live. I'm going to keep away from him for a little while because he's rather a big chap. But if he gets up there and plays like he did against Adi, because he's so confident and he's used to the bottle. When he's played in a professional sport at the top like he has, you are used to the pressure. So he's got a big chance, but he's going to have to be at least as good as what he was against Adi.
Yeah, which was pretty phenomenal. Look, it is really, really late. We're going to call it a night. We'll be back at the end of Thursday's action. The first two quarterfinals. We will have our first semi-final set up here at the BetVictor World Matchplay. We're going back to get some shut-eye. Is there any chance that I can room with you, Rod, because I have had a mare having to share a room with the officials this week?
Absolutely not. I don't share with anybody. I'm a star.
Right.
I'm a 2-time World Matchplay champion.
Bye.
All right, roomie.
Yeah, fine.
Another long day at the Winter Gardens done. I am gasping for a drink. I'm going to put the kettle on. Do you fancy something?
What are you making?
Coffee or something.
Could have a latte.
Yeah, you can. I'm going to probably knock up some food and all. I've got some stuff for a sandwich. Cheese all right for you?
What sort of cheese is it?
Cheddar or something. Is that all right?
As long as it's grated.
Right, okay. It is grated, but, like, what's that about? I've spent 15 hours down the Winter Gardens. Like, it should be a little break. I love darts. This is a little break from it, yeah? I mean, why are you dressed as a red? Do you sleep in that?
I sleep in this, yeah. Yeah, I've got, it's my uniform. That's what I wear.
What, 24? I mean, that's not right, Paul.
Yeah. I've had a shower.
Oh, that's nice to hear.
Yeah.
I'll kettle's boilers, put the telly on anyway.
Yeah, look, remote.
On the buses? I didn't know they still made it. Well, probably not made it, just showing it. This is weird. Why is this on anyway?
It's because I've not seen it for a while, and I've not seen it lately.
No, that's it. Have the telly, go for a shower or bath or something. Bath. I'm having a bath. I just need to get away from all this.
Do you want to use my bottle of matey?
No, I don't, Hinks. Go away, leave me alone. Oh. And you can sharpen all Bevins, keep it down!
Oh, hello! What a match! What a performance! This is brilliant. Who will be the winner?